Imagine waking up tomorrow and finding out that the part of your computer you've never even thought about, the boring, unglamorous $20 stick of memory sitting quietly inside your PC, has suddenly doubled in price overnight. Now imagine that happening again next month. And again the month after that. This isn't a hypothetical. This isn't some far-off prediction buried in a financial report nobody reads. This is happening right now, in 2026, and the man at the center of it all just stepped forward and said the words every gamer, every builder, and every tech enthusiast on the planet was dreading. Buy your RAM and your SSD right now, because tomorrow it's going to cost you double. That warning didn't come from some random YouTuber trying to scare you into clicking a link. It came from Gerry Chen, the head of Team Group, one of the biggest memory and storage manufacturers in the entire world. When a man who literally controls the supply chain for RAM and SSDs tells you to buy now or pay later, you listen. And when major outlets picked up his comments and ran with them, the internet didn't just take notice, it panicked. So what's actually going on here? Why is something as mundane as a memory stick suddenly the most talked about piece of hardware in the entire tech industry? The answer, in one word, is AI, not gaming, not smartphones, not even laptops. Artificial intelligence has quietly become the single biggest consumer of memory chips on Earth, and it's swallowing supply faster than manufacturers can produce it. Here's the part that should genuinely unsettle you. According to Chen, AI-related demand now makes up somewhere between 40 and 50% of the entire global memory market. Not a niche, not a side business, nearly half. And it's not slowing down. Chen specifically said that the majority of memory production scheduled for 2026 and 2027 already has buyers locked in. That means the chips that haven't even been manufactured yet are already spoken for, sold to AI companies and data centers before a single consumer ever gets a chance to put their name on a waiting list. Think about what that actually means for you, sitting at home, trying to build or upgrade a PC. You're no longer competing with other gamers for the latest stock drop. You're competing with companies who have nearly unlimited budgets, building server farms the size of small towns, all racing to train the next generation of AI models. And in that fight, the everyday consumer simply does not have leverage. When a chip can be sold to a hyperscale data center for triple the margin, why would a manufacturer prioritize selling it to you for your gaming rig? This is exactly what's been happening behind the scenes. Reports have shown that DRAM suppliers have been reallocating their production capacity toward high bandwidth memory and server applications, the kind of memory that powers AI training clusters. Meanwhile, NAND flash, the technology behind every SSD you've ever owned, is increasingly being funneled toward enterprise storage instead of the consumer market. The logic is brutally simple. When the big players can sell their highest margin products directly to data centers, the parts that trickle down to regular people become scarcer, and scarcity means price hikes. And we're not talking about small, manageable price increases here. We're talking about numbers that sound almost fictional. Contract prices for conventional DRAM reportedly jumped somewhere between 90 and 95% quarter over quarter in early 2026, with another increase of nearly 60% expected shortly after. NAND flash, the backbone of SSD storage, has seen similarly aggressive climbs, with some projections showing increases of 70% or more in a single quarter. If you've ever wondered what an exponential curve looks like in real life, this is it. This is the chart that keeps hardware analysts up at night. Now, you might be thinking, okay, this sounds bad, but surely it's just a temporary blip, right? Supply chains adjust, markets correct themselves. That's usually how it works. Except this time, the people closest to the problem are saying something different. Chen himself has suggested that any meaningful return to normal pricing isn't likely to happen before 2027 or even 2028, when new manufacturing capacity finally comes fully online. Until then, we are stuck in what some industry watchers have started calling a multi-year memory upcycle. A polite corporate way of saying, get used to paying more because this isn't ending soon. And it's not just RAM and SSDs feeling the squeeze. The ripple effects are spreading into devices you wouldn't expect. Laptop manufacturers are already adjusting their bills of materials because memory now represents a far bigger chunk of the cost to build a device than it used to. Even companies making tablets and phones have started raising prices, citing rising component costs directly tied to the same memory shortage. What started as a niche supply chain issue in the server world has become a problem touching nearly every piece of consumer electronics on the market. Here's a number that really drives the point home. Some analysts have predicted memory prices could rise as much as 40 to 50% in the third quarter of this year alone, with yet another 30 to 40% increase expected in the fourth quarter. Layer those increases on top of each other, and you start to understand why people are calling this a once-in-a-generation price shock. We're not talking about a rough year for PC builders. We're talking about a structural shift in how memory gets priced, possibly for years to come. If you've shopped for RAM recently, you've probably already felt this in your wallet, even if you didn't understand why. Kits that used to cost around $100 are now selling for 3 or 4 times that amount. Builders who budgeted for a project 6 months ago are finding that the memory alone now costs more than they planned to spend on their entire system. Even secondhand and previous generation parts aren't safe, because when new stock becomes scarce and expensive, demand simply shifts backward onto older components, driving those prices up too. There's another angle to this story that doesn't get talked about enough, and it has to do with how this shortage is actually playing out in the secondhand and counterfeit markets. When legitimate supply dries up and prices spike this dramatically, bad actors smell opportunity. There have already been reports of counterfeit memory modules showing up in markets overseas, branded to look like products from trusted companies, but containing inferior or mismatched chips inside. When people get desperate to grab whatever RAM or storage they can find at a price that seems even remotely reasonable, they become far more vulnerable to scams like this. That's a risk that barely existed a couple of years ago, back when memory was cheap and plentiful and nobody felt pressure to buy from a sketchy seller just to save a few dollars. It's also worth pointing out how strange this entire situation feels for anyone who's been building computers for more than a few years. There's a long-standing habit among PC enthusiasts of waiting for sales. Black Friday, Cyber Monday, back-to-school promotions, holiday discounts. For years, that strategy worked beautifully. Memory prices generally drifted downward over time as manufacturing got more efficient, and patience was almost always rewarded. That entire mindset is being turned upside down right now. Some of the better RAM deals of the past year showed up specifically around those traditional sale periods, and analysts have warned that those moments might end up being remembered as the last realistic windows to buy at anything close to a normal price before the bigger waves of increases hit. The old strategy of waiting for the calendar to align with a sale has quietly stopped making sense, at least for the foreseeable future. What makes this even more complicated is that this isn't just a story about price, it's a story about access. Even if you're willing to pay significantly more than you would have a year ago, that doesn't guarantee you'll actually be able to find the part you need in stock. When manufacturers prioritize fulfilling massive orders from data centers and AI companies, the leftover inventory for everyday consumers shrinks. That means retailers sometimes simply don't have stock to sell at any price, regardless of what a customer is willing to pay. We're moving from a world where the question was, how much will this cost, to a world where the question is becoming, will this even be available at all? There's also a broader economic ripple worth understanding. Companies that build finished products, like laptops, desktops, and even gaming consoles, have to absorb these rising memory costs somewhere. Sometimes that means raising the price of the finished device. Sometimes it means quietly reducing the amount of memory or storage included in a base model to keep the sticker price from climbing too much. Either way, the consumer ends up footing the bill, whether they realize it or not. A laptop that looks like it's priced the same as last year's model might actually come with less storage or memory than you'd expect, simply because the manufacturer had to make trade-offs behind the scenes to keep costs under control. So what do you actually do with all of this information? This is the part that matters most, because panic without action is useless. If you have a project planned, whether it's a new gaming PC, a workstation upgrade, or even just adding extra storage to your existing setup, the consistent advice from people inside the industry has been remarkably blunt. Buy now. Not because of marketing hype, but because the people who actually control the supply chain are telling you directly that waiting is going to cost you more. Chen's own recommendation, when asked what people should do if they need memory, was about as simple as advice gets. Purchase it as soon as possible. That doesn't mean you need to panic buy 10 times more storage than you'll ever use. It means if you were already planning an upgrade in the near future, pulling that purchase forward could genuinely save you a significant amount of money. It means if your current system is functional and doesn't desperately need more RAM or storage right this second, it might be smarter to hold on to what you have, rather than replace it during a window where prices are this unpredictable. Protecting what already works might be just as valuable as buying new. It's also worth understanding why this is happening, because the explanation tells you something important about where the entire tech industry is heading. We are living through the early stages of an infrastructure build-out for artificial intelligence that is larger than almost anything the semiconductor industry has dealt with before. Training massive AI models requires staggering amounts of memory, and the companies building these systems are willing to pay premiums that completely dwarf what a normal consumer market would ever generate. As long as that demand keeps climbing, and right now there's no indication it's slowing down, regular consumers are going to keep feeling squeezed out of a market they used to take for granted. There's a kind of quiet irony in all of this. For years, people worried about AI taking their jobs, changing their industries, reshaping entertainment and creativity. Nobody was particularly worried about AI making it harder to afford the memory stick inside their own computer. Yet here we are, watching one of the most physical, tangible parts of the tech world get reshaped by a wave of demand that has almost nothing to do with traditional consumer electronics at all. So when the head of a company that manufactures these exact components looks directly at his audience and says, "Buy now," it's worth taking seriously. Not because every warning from every executive deserves blind trust, but because in this specific case, the data backs it up. Prices have already risen dramatically, supply is already being funneled elsewhere. And the people closest to the manufacturing process are telling you, in plain language, that the window to buy at anything resembling a normal price is closing fast. The choice in front of you is a simple one. Buy what you need now, while prices are still painful, but at least somewhat predictable, or wait and hope the market somehow corrects itself sooner than the experts expect. Based on everything coming out of the industry right now, that second option looks like a gamble very few people should be willing to take.